Hey, what's up everybody? Greg here. As you can see, I'm outside. I'm at the depot. I got some pops. I got my camera. Let's take some photos. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to take some photos. We're going to take some photos of some pops. I've got my diorama that I built, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. You guys have seen me build this diorama. You've seen some of the finished photos from this diorama. So I thought I would bring it out, take some photos, bring you guys along for the ride, and we'll see what we can come up with. So let's get this diorama put together. Alright, so as you can see, I spent the last 26 hours putting this diorama together. No, I'm just kidding with you. As you guys remember, we got the magnets. And boom, it's together. So what I'm gonna do is I've got my GameStop Venomized Black Panther, and I finally picked up the Venomized Iron Man. So I need to get those shot. I've also got this Spyro and Spark. It's really a cool looking pop. So I thought I'd bring him out. I also have some of the Fantastic Beast pops that I think would go really good with this diorama. So yeah. And you know what? For the fun of it, I brought Audrey out. Why not? And as you can see, I got Dobby. This diorama is actually big enough for Dobby, so why not photograph him? So I tell you what, let me get a couple of pops unboxed, and we'll start taking photos. All right, so as you can see, I've already got a few pops unboxed. My Black Panther GameStop exclusive with the tail, which I don't remember Black Panther having a tail. Do you? Anyway. Alright. And I've also got the Iron Man. This thing is wickedly cool. Love this pop. Alright, so as you guys know that have been a part of this, when I come out, I try to explain to you guys my camera settings, my thought process. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening, 6:30. The sun is to my back. We still got quite a bit of shade right here, but we got a lot of lighting. So I don't need any flash or anything like that. So let's go ahead and pop out a couple and see what they look like. Clean off this LCD right there, right out of the camera. Look at that. So I'm actually shooting 1/250th of a second, 4.5 on the aperture with an ISO of 200. And that's actually giving me some good sharpness and everything. So that's actually a really good photo. So now it's just about composition. And what I'm doing with these particular ones, I'm basically just getting a little bit of the brick behind him. So just framing him up pretty simple, nothing crazy. Alright, so let's get Iron Man up here. And we're going to see if it actually changes the settings any. I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to shoot it exactly how I did the Panther, and we'll see what happens. I am changing the focal point a little bit because this one's a little taller. Hopefully we won't be bothered by any trains this afternoon. Alright, right there. right out of the camera. That is, let me zoom in a little bit. There's his head, nice and sharp. Good focus, good detail. Bam, right there. And the beauty of, here's the thing, whether you're shooting, an iPhone point and shoots doesn't really apply because they're more point and shoots, click, boom. You don't have to do a lot of manual stuff. I shoot manual. I shoot everything in manual on my camera. I shoot RAW. RAW gives you more information on the image. It's a bigger file, gets more information. But this right here, you know I've done this before, so I'm gonna do it now. If the only thing you've got is your iPhone, let's do this. We're gonna switch this over to portrait mode. It's telling me to move back a little further. I think right there. Let me, boom. So right there with an iPhone. Guys, the best camera you have is the one in your pocket. iPhone G7X is what I'm shooting with here. GoPro or a high-end DSLR. Doesn't matter. Alright guys, I'm going to shoot a few more of these. And I've got Sparks out. I'll tell you what. Let me get Sparks set up and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so as you can see, Spyro and Sparks. Spyro is really a cool looking, he's a cool looking pop. And Spark is tiny. So this one actually, this one may be a little bit more of a challenge to get everything. So, let's see. I'm actually going to shoot this one this way. Alright, let's see what we can come up with. Actually, come out pretty good. I want to make sure that the color and everything's right. Alright, so this one, since the colors are a little bit brighter, I need to darken this one up a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my f-stop to 5.0, recompose, so let's see what we got. Alright, it's very subtle. You probably won't be able to see it. Matter of fact, I know you won't. So let's darken this up a little bit more. I'm going to take the f-stop to 6.3. Let's see what that does. Alright. So this right here was 5.0, 6.3. Way too dark. So I'm going to take that back down to 5.6. Actually, I'm going to take it back down to 5.0. And I'm going to take the ISO up to 250. Because I want to start with the ISO, I think. Matter of fact, I went the wrong way. I'm actually going to drop the ISO down quite a bit. Alright, so now we got a better building block. So originally it was at 200 on the ISO. I took it back down to 125, which is a pretty big drop. Now I've took it back up to 160. And remember, especially if you're shooting manual. Boom, right there, 160, right there. I am perfectly happy with that shot. Remember, if you're doing manual settings on the camera, don't change the shutter speed, the f-stop, and the ISO all at the same time. Play with them. If you want to play with the shutter speed, do that. If you want to play with the ISO, play with that. If you want to play with the aperture, play with that. Don't make 3 setting changes at once. 1 setting change at a time. Once you figure out, and typically, for me, if I have my f-stop and my shutter speed where I like it, I can play with the ISO and get what I want. Sometimes I got to play with the f-stop. Sometimes I got to play with the shutter speed. Remember, 1 thing at a time. Alright guys, so I've got Spyro and Spark. And let me open up a few more. I'm going to put these pops up. I'm going to open up a few more. And I'll be right back. Alright guys, so having a little bit of a challenge right now because the sun is actually came from behind the building, so I'm getting a little bit more of direct sunlight. This means I might have to, I'm more than likely have to change my camera settings again. So I got some of the Fantastic Beasts pops. I've got Thresher and Chupacut whatever. But I think these pops will go really good with this diorama, so I wanted to make sure and get those, you know, those shots. All right, so I haven't changed anything from when I did the Spyro and Sparks, so let's see how that one looks. All right, let's see here. All right, so I doubt you'll be able to tell it, but on this side here, you'll be able to see where the sun is actually hitting it. So I need to figure out what I'm wanting to do. And I think, like I just did, I just moved the diorama to put more of the sun in it. I could also do it this way, but that's going to throw light here and shadow here. So since I don't have any kind of flash that I'm using natural light, I want to try to make this as even of lighting as possible. So let's see what we can come up with. And now that he's in more sunlight, he's definitely more brighter. So now I've got to mess with my settings again. I'm gonna leave the ISO at 160. I moved the f-stop up 2 stops to 6.3. All right, that's too much. So I'm gonna drop the f-stop down to 5.6, which is 1 stop. One stop, I think we can work with that. I think I can work with that. I do like the lighting the way it's hitting it, so that actually works really pretty good. All right, here we go. I'm gonna move him a little bit more to center. There we go. That'll work. That'll work good. That's a good shot right there. This is another reason why I like coming here in the morning, because the morning the sun is on the back side of the building, and usually you have until probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon before it actually comes to this side of the building. But enough chit chat, let's shoot some more photos, because we're burning daylight. All right, here we go. This one is going to be brighter, yes. So you can see how much brighter he is. So let's take that f-stop back from 5.6. I'm going big. I went from 5.6 to 7.1, 2 full stops. The reason I did that, and that actually worked out perfect. The reason I did that is because of all this white here and this light colored purple actually is reflecting the sun. I've actually went from, I'm making one more change. I went from 7.1 on the f-stop to 8.0, 1 stop. Okay. So what I'm doing right now is I'm comparing the 8.0 and the 7.1, and I like the 7.1. I'm gonna back him up a little bit, compose him a little differently. Bam, I'm happy with that. All right, we're turning and burning right now. Audrey. Audrey is going to be one of those two. There's a lot of light colors, light greens, whites, light purples, pinks, a little bit of yellows, tans. So it's going to be really reflective. Not changing anything on the camera. Let's see what we can get. All right, we got a little bit of a shadow behind her, which is her shadow, which is not necessarily a bad thing. All right, as you can see, it's very bright. Not digging it. Let's take that up to 8. Eight's okay, it's not perfect. I'm gonna drop my ISO down to from 160 to 125. I like that. There we go. Boom. All right, now I'm gonna put these pops back up, and then I'm gonna get Dobby out. I'm gonna try to shoot Dobby. I don't know how Dobby's gonna react, so I'll be right back. All right, so we're back. I got Dobby out. As you can see, I'm in the shade. Dobby is so light in color that I literally could not shoot him where I was at. It was just too bright. I've got a little bit of shade right here. It's in the corner. So I want to get Dobby shot. If you've not seen Dobby out of the box, he is so cool looking. Got his sock. And I'll be honest with you, Dobby works great with this backdrop. He works great with it. So, all right, let's see what we can come up with. I did have to change my settings since I came back over here. I'm actually shooting at 1/250th of a second, aperture 5.0 with an ISO of 400 now because we're over here in the shade. And this is the shot with those settings right out of the camera, right there. Not too bad. I think I'm going to drop my f-stop down to from 5.0 to 4.5 and see what that does. I want to compare it because I know it's going to make it a little brighter. Alright, so I'm sticking with 5.0. 5.0, it works perfect. Alright. Alright. See what she looks like. Telling you right now, guys, if you're going to do photography for pops and toys and stuff, you got to get outside. Right there. That looks amazing. Alright guys, tell you what, I'm going to bring this video to a close. I'm going to take a few more Dobby. I'm going to start breaking everything down, and I'm going to head back to the house. But I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it's been a while since I've done one like this, and I apologize. I've had several people reach out to me and say, hey, why haven't you done any of these in a while? I promise you I'll start doing more of them. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, like, comment, thumbs up, thumbs down, share my videos. Let me know what you think. And yeah, guys, until next time, I'm Greg. I'll see you later.